So this is gonna be the second upcoming video, and it's gonna be of this Phantom 2 Vision. And I had this thing for many years, and I'm actually gonna fix it up 100% with the original hardware. And we're gonna get this bird flying again with video on the camera and everything. I already actually repaired the FC200 camera because it had corrupted firmware since it hasn't been powered on for a long time. The data on the NAND actually got corrupted and it was doing the black screen, but now as you can see it is working. Unfortunately though, this extender here is garbage. It's cooked. You know what I mean? You can see there the system light's not doing anything. It's not even trying to bind or anything like that. And yes, I did held down the reset button. I did it many times trying to do the reset procedure and stuff, but there's definitely something wrong with this. It's not even putting out a signal. So what I did was I actually found what the hidden SSID was, and pretty much what you want to do is use a Wi-Fi scanner tool, and it'll pretty much tell you the hidden networks, and it's going to be the last 6 digits of the MAC address. So it's going to be FC200, then you're going to have an underscore, and then it's going to be the last 6 digits of the MAC address that you find when you do the search, of course, for it. But like I said, the camera was pretty much dead. I mean, it wasn't even putting out a Wi-Fi signal. And I went ahead and took the third board, because there's 4 boards. You got the last one, which is the Wi-Fi board. The other one, which is actually going to be for the NAND chip. And then you got the other 2 boards for the camera and the memory and stuff. So the one that was, it was actually the one that was nearest to the Wi-Fi board. So second to last board, I had to pull that out, use a TTL programmer and stuff like that, download firmware, which someone thankfully provided and stuff like that for people. Went ahead and flashed it using his tool, and the camera is now fully functional. Now, you're probably asking, how did I get the camera feed to work without this extender? I mean, literally, I could turn this off, and it's off right now. Not doing anything because that's completely dead anyway. It's cooked. But how I did it was, of course, I just did like I did back in the day. Because back in the day, I wouldn't have used this anyway. Actually, back in the day, I used to just hack a router, use WRT and stuff. I'll do, of course, a static IP and stuff like that, like the extender would. Set up all the parameters and stuff like that. Use high gain antennas or amplifier, so you can get much longer range on the video feed and stuff. It was a hack I used to do back in the day when I used to actually fly these things, but you know, nowadays no one really does it. But back then, if you were to saw me flying this thing, I would have probably had a big ass antenna, you know, sticking on the back, very high gain antenna of an amplifier. And then of course you power the router off the battery and stuff like that. So that's how we did it back in the day. And then typically I would have a separate, you know, mount for the iPad and stuff like that with a tripod stand and stuff. And that's how we used to fly these things. But so that's kind of what I did, and I remember that you could actually do that. So I went and did that, and I set it manually on this phone here. And then of course ran the app, and it started right up. And you can see you get the FPV data and the video feed and stuff like that. It is fully functional now. Oh yeah, right now it's giving the warning that the battery is dying, but either way it goes, at least you're going to see an upcoming video of this Phantom 2. And hopefully when you see it, it'll be flying in the air. So some are going to wonder what actual programmer did I use to reprogram that FC200 NAND. And this is actually the board right here. And the model number on this, if you want to go and buy one, it's a YP-05. And this has the necessary 5 volt, which is where the white wire is connected to actually be able to flash that board and so forth. It has, of course, your transmit, receive, and then your power and your ground and so forth. Now, there is one extra wire that you have to put on the actual NAND board for a TP10. And that essentially, he shows you what component to actually solder it to. And essentially, the other end you short to test point 10. And that boots the board and so forth. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about that because there's already a guy that wrote the firmware that did that. And he also has detailed pictures too as well, where you make the connections and so forth to actually hook this programmer to that NAND board to reprogram it and so forth. So once you download the firmware, like whether you got a Vision or Vision Plus, you just follow the directions on there pretty much and you're good to go. But this is the board that you need to do either, and it's going to be a YP-05.